During the 5th century, the rich people of Athens wanted to remove the king from power. They all gathered around in a conference hall, and one of them stood up and said,
You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests.
After this mind-blowing speech, they all agreed on the idea and formed democracy.
In order to do that, they need a revolt. So every rich person gathered all their resources and manpower to fuel their cause of removing the monarchy and taking control of their nation. It was a good plot, which inspired many countries around them to do the same. But this was a time in history where the majority of the nations were continuously at war with each other over land and wealth. Now, to protect themselves, the rich people needed a strong patriotic army who could follow orders and act on their wisdom. To provide wisdom education was unwillingly provided to the poor. Now, all who get educated do not just become followers. Many use education as a platform to speak their mind. Take a look at this guy. Just with help of education, he stood up in front of the crowd and said,
"No options off the table." And I mean what I
It
say.
happened what the rich feared the most. The lower class people started demanding equal rights and wanted to be a part of the government so that they could implement ideas in their country's benefits and improve their living conditions. Again, the conference was held with the new and improved set of ideas.
One guy said if their representative wins, we have to give the people equal chance of running the country. But the majority of voters are people who are supporting their livelihood by depending on US, so the public representative will get less votes. And we will provide money to the people to vote us, which the public representative does not have. We will add a clause in the election process stating that after winning, the winning party will only get the chance of selecting governmental officials, and no member of the losing party. In this way, we will keep the present structure of government and give the people an opportunity to compete and giving them no chance to win.
Another guy said,
They would resist, so we will give the losing party a place in the parliament as an opposition. You know, the meetings gets boring sometimes. We would need entertainment. Also,
So all of the fat heads agreed on all the points, and the process of democratic selection was drafted with discussed terms. In many undeveloped nations where hunger of power forces people to commit crimes, and to get away from those crimes, people fund the political parties by which an unworthy candidate remains in power. In almost all democratic countries, the political parties are raced to take the seat in power and will do anything to depose the opposition and make themselves look good in front of the crowd. Now, a combination of black money and race of power politicians mostly focus on winning the election and gives less thought to the development of the nation. When this process continues, development of the nation is slowed down, and a revolt against such representatives must be carried out in order to protect the national interests and resources. This is how democracy is a time bomb. I agree democracy is good for all things have expiry dates, and some actions should be taken in order to update democratic procedure so that it can be equally used by all voters, and all votes should combine to make the members of the government.